The leaked tape that are two senior police officers plotting to remove the IGP, Inspector General of Police, for one reason, that he is not a sympathizer of the party in power, nothing more. My brother, my sister, one of them, George Alex Mensah, made it clear in the tape that yes, if he was considered as IGP, that would be nice. If not him, any other person would be okay. But when he sat in the committee meetings, the inquiry, he said that he had lobbied several times through Blakk Rasta and some other people to be able to rise to the level of the IGP. Of course, lobbying is legal. To lobby is just to go around you, telling you that, well, these are my credentials. And I'll be so glad if you consider me fit enough to occupy a certain position. That is not corruption. But in our country, lobbying has become so corrupt because you don't just go talk about your credentials. You also part with money. In our country, lobbying is done in a form that is equivalent to bribery and corruption. But in this case, he went all the way to a party executive, Blakk Rasta, asking him to lobby the president so that he will be made the next IGP. Now you can see that George Alex Mensah is a man who is inundated with so much hatred, inundated with so much jealousy and envy. He hates the IGP. He doesn't want the IGP to be the IGP, all because the IGP, my brother, my sister, belongs to a different political party. My brother, my sister, it is sad, but that is where we are. Now let us consider what my senior colleague and father, Kwesi Pratt Jr., is talking about. He says we must commend the president. Of course, the president deserves commendation. If the president refused all the lobbying around him, knowing very well that these are senior police officers who can make or unmake his party during the elections, and he still stood firm and said that, listen, despite your lobbying, despite the fact that this man here, who is the IGP, is said to be a member or a sympathizer of the party in opposition, please, let it slide. Let's keep our eyes open. Now, for a president to choose the IGP, it is for discussion another day. For a president to choose the judges that will sit on cases, Supreme Court judges, High Court judges, and so on and so forth, my brother, my sister. That's a discussion for yet another day. But in this case, certainly the president deserves commendation. But let us look beyond just refusing the lobbying. Why did they leak this tape? If Blakk Rasta said he was the one who recorded it, and the sole owner of that tape, and the only person he gave it to was the president, how did it find its way into the public domain? Did the president leak it so that they'll be able to stand on that and remove the IGP? Or distract the IGP? My brother, it could be yet another plot by the president and his dirty party in power. My brother, my sister, to remove the IGP. Now we all know if Mr. President gets up and says that, well, I'm changing the IGP. Many are those who are going to say, oh, but you just chose this IGP. He was the acting IGP. Now his work was very commendable. You decided to make him the IGP, the substantial one. All of a sudden, you are kicking him out. What happened? So the easiest way could be, okay, there's a leak tape. Everybody says this man is not a good IGP. Then let us start a certain kind of committee sittings of inquiry. Right after that, we will be able to find a beautiful way of kicking out the IGP so that another one could come into being who will support our party. Has anybody looked at that side? To lobby the president and make him remove the IGP might be a very Herculean task. But to leak the tape and let Ghanaians think about it, establish a certain body of inquiry into these issues. At the end of what day, the IGP will be vilified and kicked out, my brother, my sister. It could be a very beautiful plan to remove the IGP. My brother, my sister, imagine the president being told that there's a certain IGP that he chose who is against his party and that his party is going to lose the next election if this IGP continues to be there. You think the president is going to take it kindly? He certainly loves his party. Whatever be the case, he wants his party to continue to govern. So what would he do? My brother, my sister, it is so simple. What he will do is let the inquiry start. Let us get more people to say exactly what they said on the tape. After all, they are party sympathizers and members. Vilify as much as you can the IGP. Spoil him. Make him look bad. Give a cat a bad name so it will be easy for us to hang him. Then we can pick an IGP who is a sympathizer of our party. And then after that, we can all jubilate and dance because we removed our enemy, the IGP who didn't like our party. Please think about that.